Welcome back to the channel Numisma Hub Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. In today's video, we're uncovering a hidden gem, the 1989 D Jefferson nickel, that could be worth a fortune. Moneybag, this ordinary-looking 5-cent coin might just make you rich overnight if you spot the right details. From mint errors to full steps and high-grade examples, we're diving deep into what makes this nickel so valuable in today's market. So get ready, because this could be the most important coin in your collection. What if I told you a simple 5-cent coin from 1989 could turn you into a fortune holder overnight? That's right, top 6 first up today. We're diving deep into the world of the 1989 D Jefferson nickel, a coin that many overlook, but some rare examples are worth a small treasure. The Jefferson nickel series has been a staple of American coinage since 1938. But not all nickels are created equal. The 1989 D nickel, minted in Denver, is a common circulation coin, but under certain conditions, it transforms into a rare and valuable collector's item. In 1989, the Denver Mint struck over 563 million Jefferson nickels. Most of these are still worth just face value. However, there are special varieties, rare mint errors, and high-grade examples that collectors pay big bucks for, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars. What makes some 1989 D nickels so valuable? The answer lies in their mint condition, error types, and grading. A coin in MS67 or higher mint state condition is extremely hard to find and very desirable among numismatists. Let's start with the basics. If you have a circulated 1989 D nickel, it's probably worth around 5 to 25 cents depending on its condition. But if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition with full steps on Monticello, the value increases dramatically. The holy grail of Jefferson nickels is finding one with full steps designation. This means that all the steps on Monticello, located on the reverse of the coin, are fully struck with no marks or wear. These coins are much rarer and fetch higher prices at auctions. One stunning example of a 1989 D Jefferson nickel with full steps in MS67 grade was sold for over $2,000 at auction. That's right, a coin that originally cost 5 cents is now a $2,000 treasure. But the real money comes from mint errors. Some 1989 D nickels have been discovered with wild and valuable mistakes, such as off-center strikes, clip planchets, and die cracks that drastically increase their value. Imagine finding a 1989 D nickel with a 10 to 15% off-center strike. Depending on how clean the strike is and how much detail remains, such an error coin can easily sell for $100 to $300 or more. Even more astonishing are coins that were struck on the wrong planchet, like on a cent or a dime blank. These dramatic mint errors can push the value up to $1,000 plus, especially if certified by PCGS or NGC. Authentication is key. If you suspect you have a rare 1989 D nickel, it's worth submitting it to a professional grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A certified grade boosts value and buyer confidence. Let's not forget about coin roll hunting. Many treasure hunters buy boxes of nickels from the bank and search through them, hoping to uncover uncirculated 1989 DS or those elusive error coins. With patience and luck, this hobby can turn profitable. A 1989 D Jefferson nickel graded MS66 with full steps has sold multiple times for over $500 to $1,000, depending on eye appeal and market demand. These coins are scarce because high-grade coins from this year weren't widely saved. Many coins from the late 1980s suffered from weak strikes and poor planchet quality, making full steps and high grades tough to find. That's exactly why collectors go crazy over premium examples of the 1989 D nickel. If you want to increase your chances of finding a valuable 1989 D nickel, look for one with shiny, lustrous surfaces, no scratches or contact marks, and very clear detail on Jefferson's portrait and Monticello. eBay and heritage auctions are great places to see current prices. Some recent listings show MS67 1989 D nickels with full steps listed for up to $2,500, though realized prices typically range between $800 and $1,500. Before you sell, always compare your coin to images of high-grade certified examples. Even small marks or weak details can lower the grade and your potential payout. Use magnification to examine those Monticello steps carefully. Remember, coin values fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and market trends. But rare varieties of the 1989 D nickel are consistently gaining attention as more collectors focus on Jefferson nickels as an affordable yet exciting niche. So, don't toss away those old nickels without checking. A plain-looking 1989 D 5-cent piece might just be your ticket to some serious cash. With just a little knowledge, you could uncover a hidden gem in your pocket change or coin jar if you found this video helpful. Give a thumbs up. Next rare coin could already be in your hands. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and stay curious. See you in the next video. Next up today, we're diving into the world of Jefferson nickels to uncover one of the most valuable and expensive 5-cent coins from 1973. If you think a simple pocket change coin can't make you rich overnight, think again. Setting the stage. The 1973 Jefferson nickel might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, but hidden among the millions struck are rare varieties and errors worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These few lucky nickels are the key to unexpected wealth for collectors and resellers alike. Historical background. First introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1973, the design had remained largely unchanged, but that year saw a few intriguing minting anomalies, mint locations, and production numbers. In 1973, Jefferson nickels were struck at two major mints, Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, marked with a D. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 384 million coins, while the Denver Mint produced about 261 million. But sheer volume doesn't guarantee value. Rarity and error types do. What makes 1973 nickels valuable? So, what's the secret to these coins being worth a fortune? It's all about rare errors, high-grade conditions, and full steps on Monticello. Collectors pay premium prices for coins with these characteristics. Full Steps Designation, FS. A 1973 nickel with full steps, meaning all 5 or 6 steps on Monticello are fully visible and unbroken, is considered a superior strike. These full steps coins are extremely desirable and can sell for hundreds, even thousands, depending on the grade. Grading matters. Coin condition plays a massive role in determining value. A 1973 D Jefferson nickel graded MS67 full steps by P can fetch upwards of $2,000 or more at auction. MS mint state. Grading starts at 60 and goes up to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Notable auctions. One example includes a 1973 D Jefferson nickel graded MS67 FS by P that sold for $2,640 in a heritage auction. Why so expensive? Because it combined rarity with top-tier preservation and perfect strike detail. The elusive 1973 P full steps. While 1973 D full steps nickels are valuable, 1973 P full steps are even harder to find. A high-grade MS66 FS from Philadelphia can also demand over $1,000 in top conditions due to the weak strikes from that mint during the 70s. Mint errors equals big money. Now let's talk errors. A 1973 Jefferson nickel with dramatic errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or wrong planchet errors can skyrocket in value. Some of these error coins have been known to bring $500 to $5,000 or more, depending on the uniqueness. Double die obverse. Although rare for 1973, a double die obverse DDO, with a date or lettering appears doubled, is a dream find. If authenticated by PCGS or NGC, these can bring hundreds or more, depending on visibility and grade. Off-center errors. Off-center strike errors, where the coin design is misaligned, are another jackpot. A 1973 nickel that's 50% off-center with visible date and mint mark could easily sell for $200 to $700. Wrong planchet errors. Even more rare are 1973 nickels struck on the wrong planchet, such as a penny copper or a dime blank. These error coins can fetch $1,000 to $3,000 plus, especially if certified and in good shape. How to spot value at home. So, how do you know if you got a winner? Use a magnifier to examine Monticello steps. Check for odd shapes or double lettering, and always look at the strike quality. Then, verify your finds through professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Zero the importance of certification. Raw coins may look valuable, but certified coins command higher prices. Grading agencies not only confirm authenticity, but also determine condition, which heavily affects market value. Where to sell valuable coins. If you find a valuable 1973 Jefferson nickel, consider selling through reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions or eBay with authentication. A certified high-grade or error coin will attract serious collectors. Collector demand. The Jefferson nickel series has a strong collector base. Rare dates, especially in mint condition or with FS designations, are always in demand. The 1973 issues are no exception, especially due to their limited high-quality examples. Watch out for fakes. Unfortunately, with big money comes forgery. Be cautious when buying or selling coins. Always deal with trusted dealers and get coins authenticated before large transactions. Your pocket change could be gold. That nickel sitting in your jar might be worth more than lunch money. Always check your change, especially those older nickels. You could be sitting on hundreds or thousands of dollars without knowing it. Summary and takeaway. To recap, the 1973 Jefferson nickel is not your average 5-cent coin. Whether the full steps designation, rare error, or top mint state grade, some examples have sold for over $2,500, and unique error types could make you a small fortune. So, do you have a 1973 Jefferson nickel hiding in your collection? Grab a magnifier and start hunting.
Next up today, we're diving deep into a modern treasure, the 1989 P Jefferson nickel. You might have one sitting in your pocket change right now, but what if I told you that some of these nickels are worth thousands of dollars? That's right, the right 1989 P nickel could make you rich overnight. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple in American coinage since 1938, but the 1989 P version has gained a surprising amount of attention in the collector's world. Well, most of these coins are worth face value. Some error varieties and high-grade specimens have sold for huge amounts of money at auctions. So why exactly is the 1989 P Jefferson nickel so valuable? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and mint errors. While millions were minted at the Philadelphia Mint identified by the P Mint mark, only a tiny fraction are in perfect condition or possess valuable mistakes from the minting process. Let's talk mintage first. In 1989, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 896 million Jefferson nickels. It seems like a lot, right? And it is. But out of those, only a few have survived in mint state 67 or higher, making them incredibly rare and highly desirable for collectors. What makes this coin stand out are errors and grading condition. Coins that exhibit die breaks, offset, strikes, double dies, or full steps on Monticello can command astonishing prices. The better the condition and the rarer the error, the more money it's worth. One of the most desired characteristics in Jefferson nickels is the presence of full steps on the Monticello building on the reverse side. Full steps means that all 5 or 6 steps on the coin are clearly defined. A 1989P with full steps in MS67 or higher is extremely rare, and that's where the big money lies. For example, a 1989 P Jefferson nickel graded MS67 with full steps is sold at auction for over $3,000. That's right, a 5-cent coin turning into thousands of dollars just because of its flawless condition and striking clarity. But that's not all. Certain error varieties, like off-center strikes, broad strikes, or double dies, make this coin even more valuable. Some 1989P nickels with dramatic off-center errors have fetched between $500 and $1,200, depending on how prominent the error is. Let's break down one of the highest-selling 1989P Jefferson nickels. It was graded MS67 with full steps by PCGS, and it sold for a staggering $3,525 in a heritage auction. That's the power of condition and rarity combined. These coins are especially appealing to modern coin collectors, who aim to build full sets of Jefferson nickels with full steps. Since higher-grade full-step nickels from the 1980s are particularly tough to find, the 1989P becomes an essential and valuable piece. So, how can you tell if your 1989P Jefferson nickel is worth a fortune? Start by examining the steps on the Monticello under magnification. If they are crisp and unbroken, you might be holding a full-step specimen, and that's worth getting graded. Next, look for any oddities or mint errors. Is the coin slightly off-center? Do you see doubling on the letters or numbers? Any unusual features might add significant value. These types of mint errors are often overlooked by people who don't know what to look for. If you think you have a winner, the next step is to get it graded by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professionally graded MS66 or higher coin, especially with full steps, can increase your coin's value dramatically and authenticate it for auction. But remember, condition is key. Coins with scratches, wear, or discoloration will not fetch much above face value. So when searching, focus on uncirculated coins or rolls that haven't been handled much. A lot of collectors are now turning to coin roll hunting, buying rolls of nickels from banks and searching them for hidden gems. It's a fun hobby that could lead you to a rare and valuable 1989 P Jefferson nickel. Just one roll could change your luck. This explosion in value has also been fueled by online marketplaces. Platforms like eBay and heritage auctions have seen a surge in demand for high-grade and era Jefferson nickels from the late 1980s. Prices keep climbing, especially as fewer of these coins remain in high grades. Keep in mind that coin grading standards are strict. MS67 and full steps are not easy to come by, and even MS66 coins without full steps are much more affordable. But when you do strike gold with one that has it all, pristine surface, perfect steps, and maybe even an error, the rewards can be huge. This also highlights the importance of preserving coins properly. If you think you have a valuable coin, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy its value. Instead, place it in a protective holder and consult a professional. So, if you're sorting through your change or visiting a coin show, don't overlook that humble 1989 P nickel. With the right features, it could be your ticket to a coin jackpot. And best of all, you might already own one and not even know it yet. Until next time, keep hunting, because your change might just change your life. Next up in today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1965 Jefferson nickel, a coin that may look ordinary but could be hiding extraordinary value. That's right, one of these nickels could be worth thousands of dollars, and you might have it in your pocket right now. The 1965 Jefferson nickel is often overlooked because it wasn't a silver year, nor does it have a mint. But what makes this coin potentially so valuable isn't just its age, it's the rare errors, varieties, and condition that truly set it apart in the collector's market. Before we get into the juicy price tags, let's start with some background. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. It features the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and his Virginia State Monticello on the reverse. This design remained largely unchanged until 2004. In 1965, the U.S. Mint was experiencing a coin shortage due to hoarding of silver coins. As a result, they stopped placing mint marks on coins from 1965 to 1967 to discourage collectors from pulling coins out of circulation. This makes 1965 nickels all appear to be from the same location, even though they were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. So what makes a 1965 Jefferson nickel valuable? The first factor is condition. Coins graded MS65 and above by NGC or PC can fetch strong prices, especially if they have full steps on Monticello. A full steps designation means that all 5 or 6 steps at the base of Monticello are fully struck and visible, a rare trait for this year. The second factor is mint errors. These are the moneymakers. Errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchettes, and even struck on silver planchettes are what make the 1965 Jefferson nickel worth thousands. These errors are rare, but they're out there and collectors are paying top dollar. One legendary error to look out for is the 1965 Jefferson nickel struck on a silver dime planchet. These are incredibly rare but confirmed to exist. If you find a nickel that is smaller, thinner, and has a silvery appearance, don't spend it. It could be worth over $4,000. Another major variety is the double die obverse DDO, where the date and lettering appear doubled. While less common in 1965 nickels compared to other years, any strong doubling could mean a payout in the hundreds or thousands, depending on condition. Grading is crucial. A 1965 Jefferson nickel in average circulated condition might only be worth face value, but once you step into the uncirculated grades, the price jumps dramatically. An MS65 full steps example can be worth $100 to $500 to $500, while MS67 examples can cross $1,000. Want an example? In 2021, a 1965 Jefferson nickel graded MS67 Plus, with full steps by PCGS sold at auction for a staggering $2,640. That's for just one nickel. Imagine pulling that from your pocket change or an old coin jar. Another known sale included a 1965 nickel with an off-center strike that fetched over $700. Collectors love these dramatic visual differences, especially when they are well preserved and certified by a major grading company. Even small errors, like a clipped planchette or die cracks, can increase the value of your coin. These types of coins might not bring thousands, but they can still be worth $50 to $200, a significant jump from face value. If you think you found a valuable 1965 nickel, your next step is to get it professionally graded. Companies like PCGS, NGC, and ANX are the top choices. The certification adds trust and significantly boosts the price you can get in the market. You may be wondering, where can I sell these valuable nickels? The best options include eBay, heritage auctions, great collections, or specialized coin dealers. But remember, buyers will pay the highest prices for coins that are graded and authenticated. Let's talk supply and demand. Although over 136 million nickels were minted in 1965, very few survive in high grades with full steps or errors. That rarity creates demand, and demand drives value. But pro tip, if you're hunting nickels and rolls from the bank, always check for clean surfaces, sharp strikes, and anything out of the ordinary. Even a small difference like the steps on Monticello or an odd color could be a clue to a valuable coin. So, could the 1965 Jefferson nickel really make you rich overnight? In rare cases, absolutely yes. If you find a high-grade full step, specimen, or a rare mint error, you could be sitting on a four-figure payday from a single coin, even if you don't strike it rich immediately. Searching through nickels is a low-cost hobby that could pay off big in the long run. All it takes is one rare find to change everything, to sum it all up. Check your 1965 nickels for condition, full steps, and mint errors. Look for silver-looking nickels, doubling off center strikes, or anything unusual. Get them graded, and you could cash in big time.